Come on, Reed. Come on, Reed. Woo! Go, Reed, go! Go.
Well, I ain't gonna live like this no more. Most of my life's been waging war. Till I found peace, I could've swore. What she did shook me to the core, and I ain't gonna live like that no more. Well, I ain't gonna live like this no more. Trouble comes when the barmaid pours another for a man who should have found the door. Oh, when I get going, you can hear me roar, and you know I can't live like this no more. Oh, I ain't gonna live like this no more. Hurting as bad as the years before. Living in a lie I can't ignore. Oh, I had to cut ties to settle the score. I ain't gonna live like this no more. Lord, I ain't gonna live like this no more. I've been drinking till my body's sore. Ain't touched my bed, just sleep on the floor. But I'ma get on my feet, get on my chores, get some things from the kitchen store. This old ship's coming back.
We are days away from our second daughter Cheyenne's wedding. We are days away from our oldest son Rhett's graduation. With everything else that's going on around here, I'm actively trying to get these last couple of projects done before we have all the friends and family around the place that we can't wait to see this summer. But this time of year, there's always a distraction somewhere calling my name. Like the fence line between our new land and the Forest Service. I don't know why it has taken me so long to get a battery-powered pneumatic nailer, but I finally went down and picked one up when my old Milwaukee nailer quit working. And although it's a little bit heavier than my other nailer, not dragging the hose around and not hearing that compressor in the background is most definitely a win. I was quite concerned at how slow that Milwaukee nailer would nail off the wood, and naturally I was also concerned about the battery life. But I'm telling you, this is one of those moments where I went from old school to new school without question. This little battery-powered nailer is an absolute game changer, and it was worth every penny. In my early days as I was training to be a plumber, I had a supervisor that insisted it was worth the time to get his extension cords out for his corded tools because he was sure the battery-powered tools were going to be dead anytime. That may have been true 20 years ago, but not so much these days. I use my battery-powered tools everywhere. I'm up here looking at the fence line that separates our land from the public land, and I'm trying to make some decisions on how we're going to fix this. There used to be a very clearly established fence here about 15 years ago, but a forest fire and a bulldozer made light work of that. But the T-posts are still here. Even the barbed wire is here in some cases. The week of June 13th through the 18th, that entire week, I'm going to be working on this fence line. I'm going to get everything cut out of here that's going to complicate our ability to stretch 4-string barbed wire fence. And hopefully by that Saturday, all that I will need help with is just stretching barbed wire. If you live close enough by for a day project and you want to come work with us on that Saturday, which I believe is June 18th, shoot us an email at redpoppyprojects@gmail.com. And again, if you live close enough, if it's not a financial burden to you, if I'm not taking you away from your family, come spend the day with us. I'm going to feed you. It's going to be hot. It's going to be sweaty. If you're not comfortable hiking around carrying heavy rolls of barbed wire, this one may not be for you. And if I do my job and get everything prepped, we should only need a few guys to get this done. We may not get the entire job done, but the bottom line is I've got to start somewhere. We'll start at the highest point and work our way down. This is going to be a miserable job, but it's God's country, and there's no better place to work, in my opinion. So again, if you want to come spend some time with us, shoot us an email at redpoppyprojects@gmail.com, and I'll let you know what's going to be expected before you come up here and see if it's something you want to do or not. Thank you, guys. I just traded my 1991 Dodge Dually 4x4 for a 1979 Bombardier SV, I think it's an SV71. I listed my Dodge Dually for sale a couple of weeks back, and it became pretty obvious pretty quick that people are not buying diesels because of the price of diesel, and I wasn't interested in letting that Dodge just sit on the side of my house and do nothing. And this guy had the Snow Cat that initially I wasn't interested in. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that, number one, this thing's probably worth more than that first gen Dodge Cummins was. And he knew it as well. But it's kind of hard to sell these things in the middle of summer. So a couple of weeks went by, I shot him a text, and we decided to trade. So now I have this Snow Cat, and I'm not quite sure what to do with it, but it's obvious that he put a whole lot of work into this thing. It's got headphones for every seat. I think he said it was used for search and rescue, but I will eventually put it back up for sale because this thing's probably a little bit too big for what I was looking for. But again, I saw value in having this, and he saw value in having that dually, and he was willing to trade. In the middle of a snowstorm, this thing's probably worth at least twice what that Dodge Cummins was worth. But again, in the moment, it's probably a pretty even trade. I'm going to take the kids for a ride around the block at some point in time. And then I'm probably going to park it for the summer. Now let's see if I can get it up the hill. I could totally see how having this thing around here, especially as we expand into the new property and as we cut some new roads in, as far as getting access in the winter, this thing would be amazing. The downside to it, and I guess the place where I have issues with it, is how wide it is. It's 10 feet 4 inches wide, which means I would have to go cut every road into the back of our property, all the places that I want to get. They would have to be at least that wide to be safe on the hillside anyway in a machine like this. And I don't want to cut in trails that wide. I want to cut in probably 7 to 8 foot trails, and that's about it. My gut feeling is this thing's going to go back up for sale at some point in time, but
going to do our least favorite job, cleaning up the chicken coop.
Sorry, ladies, our snacks are inside for you. We'll come back out later. Yep.
What are we gonna do?
Let's put all the eggs in that basket.
1, 2, 4. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22.
Hi, Maple.
Gushy, gushy, rush.
Did you say this was your least favorite, Reed?
Yes. Not chores are my least favorite.
Yeah, that's good. Yep. Let Callie grab some. Okay, they'll like it. And just keep filling them up as much as you can.
Till all of it's gone?
Mm-hmm.
Holy. Can we just
Can
get
I
them?
get them? 1 scoop in each thing.
Can I get one full scoop?
It's okay. Perfect.
I want a ham share. No, when Cheyenne moves out and Brett moves in here. Perfect.
Just scoop it here. Think about it.
Oops.
Perfect. Scrub it, then it has to be dumped out again, and then we have to fill it up.
That's good. Just keep on going.
This is the new property that is closest to the house, and this is the spot where Callie and Reed have decided they want a fort. I've decided as their dad that I have an obligation to build them a fort, so we're going to start on it here today, and hopefully by the end of summer we've built something pretty cool. But we're accomplishing two things by doing this. We're starting the process of clearing the land, and we're also giving the kids a reason to be outside, which is what we prefer this time of year. When I first started clearing the land 6 years ago, Rhett, our oldest son, was 12 years old, and I told him if he wanted to build a fort in the woods, I would help him, but he had to show the initiative. Rhett and his cousin Tell did what they could do, and they had a cool little fort, but they really didn't use it that much. And after thinking about that over the last 6 years, I feel like I may have failed in that moment as a father, and I should have done much more. Which is what I'm going to do now here with Reed and Callie. Okay. I was going to call it a day and go in for the night. We still got plenty of daylight, so I'm going to go ahead and cut as much as I can of the small stuff. And then Monday I'm going to drag it up to the pile, I think. Over the summer, Reed and Callie and myself are going to build them a cool little fort that they cannot wait to get outside and work on. Because the excavator is still in the shop, I get to do this by hand, and this is some of the hardest work a guy can do. You quickly realize that even with a chainsaw, this is going to take a very long time. As much as I enjoy doing this work from time to time, there is absolutely no way I will work my way through the rest of our land by hand. It's just too much to do. So hopefully the excavator gets out of the shop very soon, and I can really put that thing through its paces. Again, if you'd like to come and spend a day with us working on that fence, shoot us an email at redpoppyprojects@gmail.com. But understand it's going to be some seriously hard work. Even in a best case scenario, stretching barbed wire fence is not the funnest job. You wear out gloves, you wear out fingertips, but it's honest work, and we'd love to have you. Thank you again, and we'll see you in a few days.